Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus. 40k, who says the 1,000? What am I, a square? I would like to say a quick thank you to Getter77 for pointing out in the comments of the previous episode that equipping an axe on Minarius is going to deactivate the Rites of Range. Oops, that's a bad play. I'm gonna just unequip that right now, and we'll put something else on it. What else do we want to do with that slot? We have a Curatio Mechadendrite. Curatio, maybe? I don't know. We could just put another one of those on. That's how we could use that other augment slot, and then he could be really good at healing. I don't know that we need to be this good at healing, but I also think a lot of the other options that we have access to here are of limited value. We don't really want him to be close enough to people to Cognition Mechadendrite them anyway. I guess, hold on. We'll put on the other Healing Claw. That's what we'll do. So we have the free Healing Claw and the expensive but more effective Healing Claw. Okay, I think that's good. And then I think we're just going to follow Capra's missions until she stops giving them to us, because they seem to always be the most interesting in terms of new enemy types, and they have the best rewards. So, hearts and minds, here we come. Let's recover some missing Skitarii. And now we have 4 priests. So the game's actually going to get a little bit easier, and I do want to talk about this real quick. This game is definitely on the easy side. It's maybe a little bit too easy. Now, I don't want to go patting myself on the back too much here, but boy, there's really no way to say this. This isn't going to sound conceited as hell. I'm just going to say it. I can't go around expecting people to make tactical combat games that are hard enough to be hard for me, because then they're going to be too hard for some other people, right? And that's just like... That's not even, oh, I'm some kind of genius. I've just played a lot of these games, and I really like them. So, to a certain extent, I just kind of have to cope, like, things are going to be easy. The devs have said that they're going to rebalance the game and increase the difficulty, which I think is cool, and maybe we'll come back to it after they do that, but we're going to go ahead and finish this campaign anyway. I don't want to wait for the patch, because there's other stuff coming out soon. We have, we have a need to complete things and make holes in the schedule and whatnot. And also, I'm still having fun. Like, it's still a good game. The Medicae staff on the Adeptus Mechanicus has, which I never say this word the same way twice, have asked my assistance, Magus. But with my forces already stretched thin, I cannot spare any manpower. You believe my tech priests have such spare time and resources in abundance? The staff were insistent. One in particular, a ferro-surgeon Caligulex. A Skitarii unit carrying several of her experimental bionics has been lost in the tomb of Malob. They demand their experiments be recovered. It is concerning that the Medicae staff are in the habit of using our Skitarii units for bionic experiments without consulting the Magus in command. Still, that does not mean the request is without merit, especially if these new bionics can be used to improve the combat effectiveness of our troops. Yeah, I love improving the combat effectiveness of our troops. Let's do that thing. I love it when we get to shoot the flamethrower at people and we get the real big numbers. Let's hope that some of these recovered bionics will help us do that even more so. I have the approximate last location of the Skitarii unit. Given the length of time they've been out of contact, it is very likely they are dead. My neurovaults return sadness at this prospect, but something can at least be gained by their sacrifice. The bionics will have been given a thorough field test. There you go, that's Faustinus, always looking on the bright side. So, you're going to get them back? Whatever killed that unit will still be down there. Quite apart from the use we might make of the data, is it not the way of the Cult Mechanicus to seek knowledge through all means, even war? That does sound like us. Of course, Magus, and I'm grateful. This ferro-surgeon Caligulex did not strike me as someone I should disappoint. Alright, let's get in some trouble, huh? So we got the mission... Okay. This is going to be a little awkward. We'll travel along the bottom, hit this mission point, and then clean up the rest of the dungeon from there. Sorry, the rest of the tomb. One of the squad we're searching for by the look of it, but his augmetics are gone. Did the rest of the squad take them, or did the Necrons? A Skitarii trooper lies dead, much of his body torn away by Gauss blaster fire. It appears his augmetics have been removed, leaving gaping surgical openings in his body along with the more recent wounds. Well, we could burn the body. It's better to be safe than infected or attacked by the corpses of your fellow soldiers. Is that realistically a concern here? We could pray for the dead trooper, or we could examine the corpse. Well, there is a small but non-zero chance that they trapped the corpse, especially if they ripped out all of the augmetics. I mean, I guess we have to assume that the augmetics were removed by the Necrons, right? It probably was not the rest of his squad yanking the stuff out of his body quickly while trying to escape. But also, he might still have loot. It feels to me like, it seems to me that investigating Skitarii bodies has returned some new gear designs a couple of times, so let's go for that. Okay, I'll take that too. The body was killed by Necron gunfire, and the augmetics were removed shortly after death. The multitude of tiny wounds around the augmetic site suggest the mandibles of Necron scarab constructs. There is no sign of where the bionics are, but the fact the Necrons took them suggests the Xenos are at least aware of their significance. That is not good for us. This is not an ideal situation. Anything you can recover for me to bring back to the Pharaoh Surgeon would be gratefully received, Magus. A corpse lying in the chamber ahead may be one of the fallen Skitarii unit. However, the cohort can hear Necron units nearby, and recovering the corpse's bionics could well put them in danger of being outflanked. Yeah, but I like recovering the bionics, and I don't mind being outflanked. We'll handle it. I'm not worried. We could launch a preemptive attack against the encroaching Necrons before examining the body. You know, that does seem prudent. Let's do that one. Wow, that was really a lot of awakening. The cohort charges into the shadows, intent on surprising and annihilating the Necrons surrounding them. They find nothing but empty chambers and hollow sarcophagi. Evidently, the Necrons are employing misdirection and subterfuge to throw us off track, and they have succeeded in wasting a lot of our time. Wow. I think that's the first time we've seen that. Alright, they're getting more clever. I don't like that. This chamber contains a gruesome but intriguing sight, unlike the last two. On a raised section of floor lies a Skitarii trooper partially dissected. His augmetics have been removed and arranged around him as if for inspection. The rest of the chamber is plain, with no sign of who or what performed the dissection. Now this feels even more like a trap to me. Let's search the chamber for clues. Just, generally be attentive. Be alert. The dissection chamber seems devoid of equipment, but closer inspection reveals hidden slits where tiny scarab constructs fled from their work on the corpse at the cohort's approach. One such scarab is duly retained for future examination. Okay. Right, just having all of the stuff we're looking for splayed out neatly on the floor, that feels like a trap, doesn't it? Alright, bring it on, you big metal babies. I'm not afraid of you. We have here a cryptek. Wonder Protocol. Most fascinating. Appears cryptek of Necron are equal to engine seers of Adeptus Mechanicus. They embody repair, defense, support for other units. Most similar. Almost disturbingly so. In that we can find common ground. Shock! This is a first. There is a verse in Know Thy Enemy to Know Thyself, where Scripture Brother Magus Tech Auxilium Prime noted, in each society there is a classification that is mirrored in another society. It didn't really make sense before. Really? You couldn't put that... Alright. Listen, he's got a very narrow focus. Must start recording. Recording started. This moment with Videx's agreement. Yes. Very little mirrors between Mechanicus and Imperium, so I couldn't find the parallels before. I didn't expect to find them in a Xenos race. Yes, all good, but what is this creature? Could we maybe focus a little? Designation, cryptek. Only sighted from afar. Unknown data. Okay, good. Thanks for chipping in there, Risak. Really useful. Alright, so he's got to go down early. What are we looking at here? What are these? Turrets. Okay, well, that's a problem. I have to deal with that. And I'm assuming this is an energy wall that could somehow be bypassed. Ah, shield generator. Okay, we shoot the shield generator. Sure, this will be straightforward. So, who is which guy? Jeremiah? Jeremiah should be up front. I don't recognize him without him only having 12 health. Menarius needs to be in a position where he can shoot the shield generator. He's probably got that under control. Leonardus can... I mean, a lot of these guys can just kind of go wherever. Everybody up front, though. So, their Praetorian theoretically doesn't really have direct line of sight. We don't have any idea what the cryptek will do. The Ekon thread is whatever, and I don't think the Necron warrior is going to be able to shoot us from there. Their weapons seem to be pretty close range. Oh, okay, that's also a problem. Oh, right. They're going to do this thing. Well, then it doesn't matter where I was standing. Yep, whole lot of nothing going on here. Alright, so let's talk about murder. Can't quite see this guy from here, apparently. Okay, he's pretty, he's fairly well defended, actually. Well, what is the range exactly on the flamer? I'm wondering... probably not. What I was wondering is if there would be a way to stand over here and shoot the flamer far enough for it to reach that. It is a little unfortunate that he has this this huge amount of physical defense. I don't know that this guy's going to be of any more use here. So I'm going to run over to here. We're going to spend a cognition point and immediately gain this cognition point back. And then we're going to run up on the turrets. It seems to me that we probably should get rid of these. That's interesting. What is the meaning of that? So when we move into melee range of other enemies, we don't get that notification. Let's just stand like here-ish. Okay, maybe a little closer even. I want to hit all three of them with the flamethrower if we can, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not indicating that I'll deal any damage. Hold on, let's actually walk right up in front of them. Huh. I wonder if the idea is that they can't turn, and that if I'm standing in front of them at the beginning of their turn, they'll just hit me. I don't know. Weird. Well, I guess let's just run over in melee range of this guy. I'm probably not going to hit him. You know what? We have the free axe, and it does have the possibility of doing one whole point of damage. Hey, we got max damage on it. And then we'll just mechadendrite him. And I'll stay right here. We could servo-skull this guy just to see what his stats are, I suppose, since we've never seen one of these before. Okay, so not a huge amount of health. Quite a bit of armor on this this group of enemies, though. All right, Jeremiah, you are also kind of ill-suited. I'm going to delay Jeremiah. It's not his turn. We need to make this thing go away. So I'm going to move Menarius to here. We're going to go for Cognition Freedom. And I'm going to obliterate some dudes. I'm going to eradicate some dudes. That does not seem to have finished the job. Okay, let's try a little bit more. I'm going to servo-skull it. Okay, it has 8 health left. No defenses, just a boatload of HP. Well, we may kill it right here. Or we may not. No such luck. Oh well. We'll be okay. And then Leonardus is slightly damaged, so we may as well throw some healing on him. Okay. Well, we definitely want to finish the job over here. It feels a little bit wasteful to fire the eradication ray at that thing, but I can't hit it with my other weapons. We could... You know what? I'm gonna Machine Spirit here. I'm gonna do the cheaty Machine Spirit cast. This free canticles thing is real cool. I like it a lot. So we'll just spend our free shot with this. Get rid of that thing. It didn't turn off the force fields. Well, that's a shame. Let's strip a point of armor off of this guy. I was really hoping that it would. Obviously, we have at least stopped it from generating extra... We've stopped it from generating extra shielding on other enemies, but I was really hoping that would open up the backfield here for us. Alright, this thing will strip off some of his armor, and now Jeremiah will be able to trivially defeat him. And I guess we'll just stop here. We could bless, but I don't know that we need to. I don't know if this is a good use for our bless, because we're probably not actually going to be able to hit that cryptek with Jeremiah. I'm going to hold it, I think. Let's go steal a cognition point from this thing. Oh, although I guess that wasn't really valuable, because Jeremiah can get all of the points out of that, can't he? Or did I not take that? Yeah, I guess I must not have taken that. That's fine. Okay, well, Jeremiah really doesn't have a useful play. Outside of finishing this guy off, which he can do very, very easily. Let's just... I wonder if moving up to here would allow me to... like, could I shoot my flamethrower through that? Probably not, right? I'm just going to move to here. We're going to super mecha deadrite this guy. And then I'm going to step back and shoot him with my pistol so as not to have to spend anything at all. Maybe this will go down when we kill the cryptek, or... I don't know how else we would interact with them. If destroying the shield generator doesn't destroy the shields, how do you destroy them? Do this because it doesn't cost anything. And then... yeah, I really don't know. I'm going to run up to this. I'm going to run up to this side of it so that I'm not vulnerable to the Necron warrior, hopefully. And we're just going to see real quick. No, I cannot fire through it. Alright, it was worth a shot. Okay, now it comes down. So the walls come down at the end of a turn in which you destroy the shield generator, or maybe just at the end of the first turn. Unfortunately, I created a situation where it is not easy to tell. And I'm going to put a servitor right here in the hopes of distracting our enemies. Oh, also that. That's good. Okay, so he can pick up enemies that are in the down state. That's interesting. It's going to be the servitor. This guy's turn already happened. Yeah, so I guess we just go after this guy, right? Eat more health. Unfortunately, like... man, we really have not had a lot of, not had a lot of enemies that have strong physical defenses. It's kind of awkward. Set him on fire, but... I guess this makes sure... firing the flamer at him makes sure that Jeremiah will be able to kill him in one weapon hit, which is helpful. I don't know that I really want to do much else with this guy. I might run back here just so that we get cognition at the beginning of the next round. And the two Necrons that just came out of the doors up at the top of the level are completely irrelevant. They're not going to be in range to attack anytime soon. Oh no! One space short. That's a real shame. Well, still, he can generate us some cognition. Alright, let's make sure this guy goes down. So I guess we should, I keep hitting escape to back up out of prompts, so that's not how you do that. Okay, we can do that, and then I may as well just shoot him again. I don't know that I really get to... I could hit him with the... I could hit that guy with the shot from here. That'll work. I get him with the flamethrower without killing the servitor. Yep. And thanks to the machine spirit, minimum damage is just high enough. I'm going to take cover behind this thing so I don't get shot. Although now I guess it's not really that valuable to have our servitor out here anymore. Alright, let's put this guy back down. Should be fairly straightforward. Do I want Minarius to do this? Actually, probably not. Minarius can do other stuff. There's no version of this, unfortunately, where I'm going to be able to get eradication rays off on both of them. Oh, you know what? Before we end the mission, we should probably get over here and grab this. Do I want to take the time to destroy it as well? Oh, really? That's gonna hit the that's gonna hit the servitor from here, huh? That's unfortunate. Notice it does not hit any of this stuff. I think the railing here is providing cover. Well, I don't actually want to hit the servitor with this. I guess we'll move to here. I could maybe drop both of these Necrons right now, but I don't really need to. So yeah, I'm going to go for this. Hopefully we won't roll minimum damage. Okay, cool. And then we'll just eradicate the close one. Nah, we'll eradicate the further back one. Hold on, I had a... There it is. Keep the close one up to increase the range of Jeremiah or the servitor being able to reach it. Alright, and you might just get him right now. Nope, we're going to have to back off and shoot something else at him. Okay, and then... I can... pull some cognition freedom, and we should be able to wipe this other guy out. I think we are all set here. Alright, that was easy enough, and I think pretty much painless. The servitor's doomed, or damaged rather. Man, my brain today. But no damage, no lasting damage on the tech priests. So, in order to finish this, I think we want to snake around like this. Is the most efficient path, although path efficiency is somewhat irrelevant when walking through empty rooms doesn't actually spend any, doesn't cause any additional awakening. Huh. Have we seen this before? I don't think we have. Let's try this one. It looks like a guy standing at the top of some steps. That's how I'm going to remember it. Okay, that is a minus cognition points one. Not good. Let's not click on that in the future. In the chamber ahead is the bizarre sight of a Skitarii trooper suspended from the ceiling, displayed like a trophy to warn off those who might be following the lost unit. Necrons must know the cohort is coming, and are either trying to scare them off or lead them down a false trail. Find out. Check the corpse for clues, seek another path because the corpse is probably a trap, or follow the pathway indicated by the suspended corpse. Well, so the question is, how many layers of bluff is this? Is it a bluff? Is it a double bluff? Is it a triple bluff? Is it the dreaded, very rare, quadruple bluff? I think let's take a moment investigating. I'm not too worried about spending time here. Oof. Too late, one of the cohort spots the bundle of crystalline explosives implanted in the corpse's chest cavity. At the cohort's approach, the crystals detonate, showering the troopers with razor-like shards. Having stumbled into this booby trap, the cohort has not only suffered injuries, but have clearly signaled their location to the Necrons. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Something tells me we're going to be okay, even with the servitors injured. It might be one of the experimental augmetics we're looking for. What is it doing lying here? A single bionic lies on the floor of this chamber, its still bloody connection points suggesting it was very recently torn out. We could take it and temporarily implant it in one of the cohort to check its functionality. That seems like a very bad idea. Take the bionic and use a data probe to carefully check for infections. Or don't touch it, because it's obviously a trap. Let's diagnose exactly what kind of trap it is. And the Necrons infect our bionics now? Wonderful. Proves to be host to a rapidly replicating data virus that must have caused it to be discarded in the first place. Though it appears to be one of the advanced augmetics, the device is destroyed to prevent its spread any further. That seems relatively wise. Boy, I don't... This is not one we've clicked before, right? It's similar to ones we've clicked before. There's a treasure filled with cognition. Well, let's click on symbols so that we can learn what they mean. Let's try this thing with the big fishbowl. It's healing. Fishbowls equal healing, just like in real life. Alright, let's get our last glyph here. I think we're probably going to end the mission at 4 awakening, no matter how we do this. So let's not click on the crocodile because it eats our valuable resources. Let's do fishbowl. Fishbowl of healing. There you go. We may come out of this in good health yet. Well, apparently we're getting out of this at level 5. You know, if the only thing it contributes to is the awakening meter, and the only thing the awakening meter does is trigger game end, then I don't really care because I think we're probably already powerful enough to handle whatever. If I have to reach the game end before the thing hits 100 or we lose, that would be a more serious problem. And I don't know for sure that that's not what's happening here. Alright, it's the cryptek, Necron warrior that is irrelevant, a Praetorian that's going to hit us no matter what. Cryptek that's irrelevant, a Praetorian that's going to hit us no matter what. Okay, this Necron warrior is the only unit that makes our positioning actually matter a little bit. We probably all want to be on the front line close to this thing to try to deny that guy a shot. He might have a hard time getting around this enough to get a line of sight. And we should probably put the energy weapon heavy guy in front. Or the energy armor heavy guy in front. Because if he does get a shot, we can hopefully at least tank it out with all that energy armor. This is a lot of Necrons, I'll say that. And the fact that they now have a unit type that is guaranteed to get a hit on us if it gets a turn, no matter what we do, does amp up the difficulty a little bit. Alright, are you going to be able to get a shot? I think the Praetorian probably ruined any shot he might have had. So, this is the final battle of the dungeon. We can afford to spend all of our canticles here. I think I'm gonna fire off the machine spirit. And then I think I'm also gonna launch the plus physical damage thing. Because we can get a really good flamer shot here, I think. Do we have the reach to hit both of them? Yeah. That seems pretty good. Let's try to take these guys down quickly, because they can be annoying. I know not your stats, but I suspect you do not have the 14 to 16 physical, 14 to 16 health and physical resistance to survive this. So then I'm going to move to here, and I'm just going to shred these two because I don't want to have to deal with them. And we're not really in much danger from many of the other enemies. And if we don't actually kill them, they're going to get crypteked, so... You go down and you go down. And then we grab ourselves a cognition point. Oh, there is a cache over there. Alright, that was weird. That seemed a little abbreviated. So how am I going to stay safe from this guy? Just move this way as far as possible, I guess? Okay. Oh, you know what? I didn't use my mecha dendrite. We did get adjacent to an enemy there. I totally could have. Even more Praetorians! Certainly going to have to lay on the healing stuff here. Fortunately, this is exactly the moment for that. Just pray you up some health. And then move adjacent to this guy. Hit him with my axe. That costs a cognition, so now we're 2 short, which means I can use my excellent mechadendrite to exactly refill us. And then, with him being on 3 health with no armor, I think what we do is back off, shoot him with our pistol. And then I just come over here and, like, flamethrower that guy. The Praetorian. Okay, so there is not a cryptek turn before the rest of my squad. Somebody else can actually finish the job on him. Okay, we're only going to get 1 hit, but it's going to be a lethal hit. It's good enough for me. Oh, it's going to cost me a cognition to move to here. Well, I guess I'm not that afraid of these guys coming up and meleeing me. Stand there, and I guess just wait here. I think we're cool. So we got to finish off that guy. Boy, they really, really don't like new guy. They can tell that he's new. All right. Fortunately, this should be fairly straightforward. I just got to find the right angle for the first shot. We get to arc rifle like this. Oh, I was hoping that was going to be lethal. All right. Well, then we'll come over to here and eradicate both of them. That Machine Spirit activation canticle is super powerful. Maybe a little too powerful. Blow a couple of healing things on you, because good lord, you're getting wailed on. Alright, and we definitely want to make sure that both of these Necrons die because of the crypteks. So actually, we want to make sure that guy dies too. Let's get rid of him, because I can do that very easily with Menarius. And then, I don't really know where I want to stand. I can't take cover without spending cognition, and honestly, even if I ran over here to be covered from these guys on this side, I would just end up blocking people's shots on that Necron warrior that we want to go down anyway. So let's just chill here. Now, it is a little unfortunate that I don't have a way of clearing these guys out that doesn't waste a bunch of my Machine Spirit charges, but I'll live. I definitely want to actually get rid of these 2 bodies. We'll hold on to the Machine Spirit charge for the Eradicator, though, until it can do something useful. Actually, from over here, I might be able to just eradicate the cryptek, or this thing. I could run over here and hit the cryptek, but I'd like to scan this turn. Actually, you know what? These guys don't leave bodies, do they? Yeah, so and we critted anyway, so that's totally fine. I didn't want to create a body immediately before the turn of the crypteks because I don't want them to have anything to resurrect. This is fine. I might get shot by a Necron warrior here, but the scan is well worth it. You know what? In fact, I could run back around behind here. I guess the question is just, how much do I think I need to have cognition points for the reinforcement phase? You know what? The answer is probably that I do not. I think I'm probably fine. I may not even bother summoning any troops, so... We'll just throw up a bless. Buff everybody up for the next round, and let's see what they got. We've left them in a place where they don't have a huge number of options. But the shield generator is still up. Jeremiah's going to be able to get around the side here. We can just shoot these guys to death. Menarius will figure it out. I'm not going to spend any cognition. We don't need the troops. Oof. Critical for 7. Well. That is a higher number than I was expecting to see. Alright, this is a new guy. Well, new guy could sprint around to here, maybe? Yeah, let's do that. So if I can kill all of the Necrons this turn and destroy the cache, we will actually end at 4 instead of 5. Let's see how feasible that is. So I could move up one more time and get one more cognition point. Yeah, you know what? I definitely do want to move up. But this guy is prone to opportunity attacks. But what I was thinking is we could move up Cognition Mechadendrite and then shoot the flamethrower, but I think we're better off just getting the flamethrower shot. Also, it's weird that you can't stand on the spaces that have the power shields in them. Alright, here we go. Get them both. We are blessed, so we get a little bit of bonus damage here. Okay, and he didn't go down, so we still do get to Mechadendrite him. I'm going to tap that guy with the pistol, because this guy's getting the other thing. Just conducting a really close study of what it looks like when a Necron is on fire. Okay, we have no idea how much damage we did there, but it's probably good. It's probably a good amount. Yeah, we can hold off on this for the moment. Okay, you are pretty badly wounded, and we can't really do a lot about it, unfortunately. Now, let's move adjacent to this guy to reveal his stats. He has 6 health left. Alright, so he gets the axe then. Then this guy is on 3 health. So we're not going to be able to kill him with the Phosphor Blast pistol. I'm going to have to flamethrower. Well, let's do it then. And then I'm going to finish this one off. This guy's going to get up, but he's going to have a hard time getting anything accomplished, probably. And then we may as well grab some cognition here. Nothing else to do with this servo-skull. Oh yeah, auto repair. Cool. Okay, so Menarius is going to delay. And the reason I'm delaying with Menarius is that I want to make sure I can destroy this thing. Okay, so we're back down to only 4. We can run to here. We can make it all the way in. Yeah, we've got this. This is under control. Cognition freedom. And eradicate. Alright, that battle was a little bit more challenging. That's a good sign. Signs of a firefight cover this chamber, both gauss fire and rad rifle shots. It is likely the lost Skitarii unit passed through this way, fighting a running battle with pursuing Necrons. We could examine the totally radical rifles that our Skitarii are using. Just thoroughly search the chamber in general. I'm a little worried that thoroughly search the chamber is going to cost us awakening. But also, it'll get us whatever the reward is here. Yeah, whatever, let's do it. Oh, the Necrons gained initiative. Oh no! The cohort spend more time than they can really afford thoroughly scouring the chamber. They find little of note except to confirm that the Skitarii unit fell back under fire and is still to be found deeper in the tomb. And then, the cohort locates the fallen unit, their bodies lying where they died in a last stand against the Necrons that surrounded them. They clearly took a great many of their enemies with them. The cohort harvests the experimental bionics from the bodies, saying words of prayer for these valiant fallen. The Pharaoh Surgeon is taking an inventory of the bionics we returned to her. She seemed excessively interested in the condition of the corpses. A natural curiosity for all matters fleshly, as I understand it. It is to be hoped she can parlay the data she gathered into making these bionics safe for widespread use among our Skitarii. I don't think I'll be volunteering for them. The Necrons are bad enough, but if I were to pick the most terrifying thing about Silva Tenebris, it would be Pharaoh Surgeon Caligulax. She is on our side. A fact for which I am very grateful. Alright, so if we keep pursuing missions down Kepra's line, it seems like the more missions you take from a particular person, the more difficult they get. So, I think this is a good direction for us to go and to keep things interesting. Also, I know we paid a lot of Blackstone for repairs there, but we really killed a lot of Blackstone out of those guys. And we got an upgrade to what is unfortunately probably the least useful Skitarii for the way we're doing this. Alright, the next energy attack will break 4 energy armor, or the next attack will break 4 energy armor. Movement stuff. It's hard for me to imagine wanting to switch canticles at this point. Alright, Kepra, what do you got for us next? The Castellan Robot. The level 2 version of the Spotlight, which we've seen the level 1 version in one of the rewards. Did we actually... Oh yeah, we did actually get that. So I think this is what we're going to do. Destroyers, Immortals, and Warriors. Yeah, we can handle this. But, obviously, before we commit anything, let's get built up a little bit here. So new guy needs to keep gaining stuff. Yeah, let's get some armor. I'm not wild about dodge chance. I don't know for sure that we're going to equip that. Hold on. And we'll get you scanner cooldown reduction. I do want to get overcharged cognition, so we'll go through this. Even though I don't know that I have a use for that particularly. Okay. So, what do we want to do with his 3 slots here? I kind of think I want to replace his axe with the good axe. Yeah, this one. And then... Phosphor Blast Pistol, like, could become an arc rifle, maybe? Nah, we're fine. So what else do I want to do? I probably want to give him a power field generator. Those are pretty useful. And then that's all of his augment slots? That seems reasonable to me. Did we ever on Jeremiah... No, we did not. So we should still go and pick that up. Yeah, that's right. I did not take the servo-skull thing. Okay. We're gonna head him down to Benediction soon. I kind of want to finish off the new guy's other tree before we do that, though. Although we are getting to a point where we are starting to need more healing. Okay, obviously, all of the friends. Let's bring a couple servitors and maybe a couple ranger alphas. The Vanguard is now... Oh, okay, the Vanguard gets to attack twice. That does make him more interesting. Yeah, that's definitely a little bit more compelling. Let's do this. Now we're prepared in case things get weird. We have some options. I don't expect stuff to get too difficult. And if we don't end up using them, we'll get a lot of the Blackstone back anyway. Good news for once, Magus. My Skitarii scouts have identified a reanimation chamber in the tomb of Akrapias. It's more than just another sarcophagus. This machine is being used to repair and even resurrect fallen Necrons. Combat doctrine states such a resource should be denied to the enemy. My thinking too. My Skitarii are tied up holding the line in the tomb, but a surgical strike against this reanimation machine could cripple the enemy's ability to keep the pressure on us. There is much that needs our attention on Silva Tenebris, Subdomina. But if it is possible to see this reanimation device destroyed, it should be done. Alright, I think that's reasonable, a reasonable command of priority there. From the data acquired on Tomb thus far, I extrapolate the reanimation chamber is in the depths of the tomb and heavily defended. Got a little bit of a stutter developing there. Of course, Magus. Would you expect anything less? The Omnissiah is pleased to see obstacles in our path, for by overcoming them we learn more. Thus, through hardship, the totality of knowledge grows. I'll try to bear that in mind. Okay, so what do we got here? One objective room there, one there. And I mean, like, it does not seem like there is much of a reason not to explore everything. We get more Blackstone this way, we get more powerful, and I think we're still gaining power at a rate greater than that of the enemy. Although to some degree we have some control over that, right? Because we could just pick easier missions if we want to slow them down. A strange sight greets the cohort in this chamber. A Necron warrior appears to be fused into the wall, as if it was teleported into it. It looks not unlike a teleporter accident, which are not unknown when using this unpredictable technology. Still, it is the first time you've seen a Necron fall victim to such a thing. We could take pictures of it so that it can be distributed among the Skitarii as proof that the Necrons are not as technologically infallible as they seem. That does seem like a good idea. Try to pry the Necron from the wall so it can be recovered. I mean, it's just going to teleport away. Let's take the pictures. The sight of the hapless Necron makes for an image of rare hope among the humans fighting in the tomb complex. The Skitarii take pleasure in the sight of the stricken Xenos, and the cohort takes comfort and strength from the fact that they have helped counteract the demoralizing conditions in the tombs. And the awakening meter went up, but like, sort of whatever. This area of the tomb of Akrapias is haunted by auditory hallucinations. The Skitarii have reported them, and now the cohort hears distant screaming and human muttering in an unknown language. It could be related to the reanimation chamber, or perhaps some form of mind-altering radiation. Well, we could stop and check our augmetics to see if we can clear it all out. We could record the hallucinations so they could be examined later, or we could just pray away these unholy specters. Not, in my experience, a terribly effective strategy. Let's see if we can maybe figure out what's going on here. If we can maybe dig that stuff out of our comlinks so we don't have to hear it anymore. The cohort can find no suspicious routines running in their comlinks or cranial augmetics. Meanwhile, the hallucinations change tone, now speaking to the cohort in their own dialect of Low Gothic, and promising death, mutilation, or servitude at Necron hands. A dying Skitarii lies in the doorway to this chamber. Her wounds are severe enough to be certain she will not live for long. It is only her augmetics that have kept her alive until now. She reaches up at the cohort as they approach. Please, please, you must listen. Yeah, we should probably, if she's using her dying breaths to beseech us to listen to her, we probably ought to hear what she has to say. Let's question her. The Skitarii reports that she has seen the reanimation chamber and gives the cohort its approximate location. With that, she gasps out her final painful breaths and dies. The cohort takes solace from the fact that until the very end, her only thoughts were of doing her duty to the Omnissiah. Man, we are just non-stop awakening meter this time, huh? I mean, it does... it doesn't really seem to matter that much. It makes the individual battles more difficult, but also more rewarding, and they're not difficult enough for us to be concerned about that. Making them more difficult is... putting more enemies in the thing is good, you know? Immortal detected. Database unlocked. Loading. Resek awakens, sire. Why he locked us away from his Necron studies I do not know, but it is fueling my emotion receptors with frustration. His naming of the Necrons is helpful, however. Loaded personal recording. Subject Immortal NN032. Subject is far more resilient than the warrior class. They also show signs of cognition, where warriors possess none. Sightings of them blurting out what seem to be direct and basic orders, proof of some cognition. Be aware of... terrible weapon... disintegrate your molecules, which is very safe. File's corrupted, but we can read it fine. Alright everybody, time to get your molecules disintegrated. It turns out to be entirely safe. Alright, so we have an Immortal and a Destroyer over here, which are getting early turns, then this Immortal and that Destroyer again, and then the one Warrior over here. And one assumes more spawns from the sarcophagi over here, eventually. Well, we have two options here. We can try to run down this way to get all the scan and destroy stuff finished quickly, and ignore these guys, and just let them take their turns but not really get anything done. Because there appears to be cover around it. It's not super clear from above, but it looks like there is that railing here that blocks shots. Or we could just try to fight through them, which I'm not super wild about. And you know, they're not going to be able to shoot us if we're coming around here. Yeah, you know what? Let's fight through. Let's go directly at them. So where's Minarius in the turn order? He is third. Last in the turn order is actually Jeremiah. Okay. Let's put Jeremiah back a little bit. Okay. Oh yeah. Alright, well I did not notice that. You know what? We're a lot faster than the Necron are. Where's this guy's turn? Oh, he's in the middle of the turn order. Well, that's extremely annoying. Okay, what we could do is just eradicate him because it's easy and fast. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to go overzealous. Taming the machine spirit. It's a very powerful way to open a mission. And we're just going to cook this guy now and hopefully get a crit. Awesome. I'm very pleased that we didn't have to run back over there. So we can advance on them quite a bit, but I don't know how much it's useful to. We'll just go to here and maybe stop. Suspect activity detected. Oh. Wow. Okay. Well, this is definitely getting more difficult. Tons of enemies are going to spawn in the middle of every mission now. Well, you have to get really close to these guys to be able to shoot them with this pistol. Alright, well, I think we probably need to go servo-skull, get me some cognition, because we're going to have to run right up on these guys. And we don't want to blow a ton of canticles here, because we are going to have to fight something else afterward. There's a guaranteed at least one more battle. Yeah, let's just charge him. Oh, I guess I didn't give myself the opportunity to use my pistol. It is only 1 point of damage, probably. Very often, only 1 point of damage. Let's bless damage. And then I'm going to whack this dude with my axe, and we'll see how that looks. Not enough... Oh! True story, not enough cognition points. Well... Like I said, I probably don't want to use the Blessings of the Omnissiah. I forgot that Bless has a cost. We could do Cognition Freedom. Obviously, I would prefer to use that to fire the Eradication Ray. Well, maybe the fact that I'm up on this guy with my axe is good enough. So he doesn't get his turn until after Oriokus. I'm not sure that Oriokus is actually going to be able to do much of value, though. Just trying to think about, like, is this suicide? How dangerous is it for me to leave Leonardus here, all up in an aggressive position? You know, I think I am going to use the blessings of the Omnissiah. Let's get our attack off. Strips armor, does good damage, and there was no way it was going to take him down in one. Okay, so we know that this thing does not block line of sight, because I can get that shot from there. So what I was thinking is, if I back up to here, I can hit him with the pistol, but then I'm going to have to spend a cognition point to move back in. You can see I only get one more square movement after that. Standing right here will not give me cover from anybody else's attacks. Yeah, right now he's providing me cover from this Necron warrior who moves before he does, so I'm gonna just take it easy here. Scarabs aren't close enough to actually do anything, neither is this Immortal. I remember that the Immortals seem to have arc rifles, so let's be wary of that. So we could Phosphor Blast that guy. I could just servo-skull him. Yeah, there's not that much more cognition in the area anyway. I'm going to servo-skull him so that we can make an informed decision here. Alright, he has 9 health left. So, enough that he will survive the opportunity attack. That makes me really want to get in range to shoot him with the Phosphor Blast pistol, which will clean that up nicely. Right, so this is how close I have to get for that to happen. Come on, 4 damage. Alright. So 5 to 7. Yeah. If we dealt 4 damage, he'd be guaranteed to die to the opportunity attack. As it is now, he is not. And then we do this, probably. I could get the Destroyer in the area of effect as well. But I kind of want to just take the shot and back off. Or we could plan to get aggressive. So we're short 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to be able to get close enough to hit the Destroyer and both of the Scarabs in the same flamethrower blast. We could get close enough to hit the Destroyer and possibly also still get the Necron, though. Or the Warrior. They're all Necrons, obviously. If I step up to here... Nope, I have to pick. It's just not wide enough. Well... let's go for it. This costs 1 cognition, and this is going to be another 2. But it'll get the burn up, and it's powerful. Alright, let's do it. I think it's more important to get that guy. And then I could spend a point of cognition and run over here, Mechadendrite this guy, and then hit him with my axe. Okay. He is no longer providing cover, which should be noted. I kind of think I'm going to run back here. I'm opening myself up to area damage if I do this, but as it stands now, this Immortal is not guaranteed to die from the opportunity attack. If I'm standing next to him, he takes 2 opportunity attacks and is guaranteed to die. I'm going to do it. I believe he's going to take 5 to 7 from that attack. Let's just be sure we get him. Really? Oh, yeah. Jeremiah's totally... okay. We in fact got maximum damage, not minimum. Okay, and that guy is not using an arc rifle or anything, so that's fine. Minarius can fight from back here. And I think it behooves us to to apply a little bit of healing. Alright, so now the question is, can we get the eradication beam on both of these guys? And I believe the answer is yes. Huh. Well, he was able to shoot over the railing. Don't quite understand. It said from this space that I'd be able to hit this guy, right? He had the icon above his head. And he was able to hit me. But for some reason, I can't get it to aim up, I guess. I just need to aim a little bit higher. We saw this a little bit in the last battle. There was a shot that didn't work until the character decided to aim a little bit higher. It seems like these spaces are maybe actually 3D. So once again, in a position now where I am told I can get the shot, but I cannot. I can take this shot. Well, I guess let's do that. Got a crit and it still wasn't enough. Do I want to take the cognition point, or do I want to scan this guy to see how much more health he has? And then that Necron warrior gets a turn, but that's completely irrelevant. Okay, so just shooting him with the eradication ray actually wouldn't have been enough, right? Because we did critical damage with this. So he had 17 health. Or 18 even, actually, because of the, what do you call it? Because of the 1 damage from the servo-skull. Yep, I still actually can't hit that guy. So it might be worth it to just shoot this one now, because he is wounded, so the eradication ray will probably actually kill him. Although we don't know how wounded. Yeah, I'm going to go for the guy who probably has higher health with the weapon that will probably do lethal damage. Okay. This guy is easy to clean up. And you may as well move forward the rest of the distance that you are allowed to move. Oh, except that has provoked more enemies. Right, I guess I should have expected that. Well, then we definitely have to back off. That's not very good. I'm surprised he was able to get that shot. Fortunately, 3 energy defense is significant. Oh, please don't walk out of line with each other. You monsters. Alright, well, the good news is we have enough cognition points to fire the flamethrower. If I servo-skull this thing, I can get that damage boost too. Yeah, this is probably going to be pretty alright. Let's go ahead and use our power field generator. And then great big flamethrower blast. Sadly, only 1 dead. Man. Immortals are tough. Alright, let's, So this guy has a ton of physical armor and will not die to... Oh, never mind. He'll die to a strike from the power axe from Jeremiah, because Jeremiah is unbelievably powerful. Get some learning off of him, and then one of these. Unfortunately, he doesn't keep burning while knocked down, which would be really handy. We should probably heal Oriokus. He's in a little bit of danger over here. It is nice to have a range-independent heal. It's very useful. Alright, I'm going to run up on this guy in the hopes of finishing him off with an opportunity attack. Nope, he has 9 health. 9 health and 3 physical armor. Very rough. Well, the missions are getting more challenging. I'm digging this. I think we probably actually do want to summon troops, right? Like at least a servitor over here to absorb some shots. Leonardus is first. Then that guy. Then the destroyer. So yeah, I do want a servitor over here. I think I'm going to put a servitor over here as well, although... Oh, I only have 1 cognition point. I get one or the other. Yeah, never mind. I'll do it this way. Servitor over here is more valuable, I think. So, I'm going to... We don't know your stats yet. I'm wondering if I'd be better off just hitting this guy with my weapon to clear out the body so that we don't have to worry about him. And then we can expend our provocation and get some attention. Because there's a non-zero chance that we literally can't deal damage to that guy. So I'm going to just do this. Alright, little servitor, good luck. I mean, I don't want to shoot this guy. Actually, it looks like we probably won't need the servitor to do much here. I'm probably going to run forward, cognition freedom, and just eradicate you. Which means that we can go ahead and spend this here. Again, just clearing out bodies so I don't have to worry about stuff later. It looks like this battle might actually be kind of long. There's a lot of enemies spawning everywhere. Okay. I could have paid a little bit more attention to the turn order. This servitor was not actually necessary over here. I think I probably don't spend the cognition point. Does his physical armor prevent the burn damage? Because I think the burn damage... No, okay. Burn is not physical damage. Cool. Actually... You don't really have anything of value to do. I'm going to delay your turn. We can maybe get in on this immortal. And you're the last person who goes before he does. If you got over here, you wouldn't be able to... Well... Be able to shoot him with the flamethrower, but it's guaranteed not to do enough damage to matter. Alright. Hold on. I think I can get over here and do something. Because now we have 1 cognition point left, but... I can come up here and use that 1 cognition point to grab 2 more. I do like these longer battles. I think the combat system works a lot better with longer battles. You have to consider your resources a lot more. It's no longer such a complete no-brainer to use high cognition weapons. If the battles are going to routinely be longer, I may have to reconsider my strategies a little bit here, and I think that's a really good thing. So we can soften him up a little bit with this shot. And now I have lethal, right? Maybe. Now I maybe have lethal. If I hit him with the axe... Well, if I hit him with the axe, he's going to have to move away from me, so... Max damage, this strike instantly kills him. Whoa! That was very critical. And what I was about to say is, and any other amount of damage, he dies on the opportunity attack, so it's just as good. So you actually have the cognition necessary to get over here. I'm not sure that I want to rush him ahead with those immortals. I don't have a good sense, unfortunately, of their movement range. Or their attack range, really. I can put my stuff right here so that I'm not super vulnerable to the... not vulnerable to shots from this side. I'm a little worried that I might be vulnerable from where I'm at right now. But I'm just going to save the cognition for other people. Okay. Not too worried about that guy. So you're very wounded. I don't need to worry about you. You're just a normal dude. I think we can take it pretty easy here. I'm just going to move this far. We're going to shoot that guy with the arc rifle. And then Jeremiah can play cleanup on all this stuff. I'm gonna take a turn here to play it slow and generate some cognition. Oh, the warrior can walk far enough. I really didn't think he was going to be able to do that. Just barely far enough, too. Okay, so first thing we do is phosphor blast one of these guys. Clean up some bodies. And yeah, like, you have to worry way more about the remaining Necron bodies when battles are longer. I hope the battles keep being longer. I think this is really good. Move to right here and clear this guy out with the axe. Question is, how much do I want to expose myself to these immortals? How much can I safely advance without doing so? He's pretty fast. He shouldn't be terribly vulnerable to enemies from here. And I don't really think I want to run forward. We're real low on tools right now, until next turn. So I think I'll just move to here where I think I shall be safe from the immortals, and then end the turn. You know, I'm assuming that we're probably not going to have to actually kill all the enemies here. This is going to be one of the ones that actually ends when you do all the scans. I'm going to summon another servitor up here. He can absorb some damage and maybe earn us some cognition points. I kind of want to run this servitor back. He's never going to catch up to where the action is now, but he might be able to draw off these guys, depending on how many more turns it takes us to do the thing. Right, you definitely want to just run up here. Take that. Well done. Alright, you are also just kind of out of the battle. He has good gear. We have to be careful about spending all of our cognition. Well, I could grab one of these with my servo-skull. Spend a cognition to move forward, and then spend another one to end up on this, so that I at least get this for free at the beginning of the next round. Probably want to be like here. I mean, I can actually move pretty far, but I can't do cognition freedom, like I can't contribute anything by moving forward. So probably not worth doing. Yeah, I'm going to stay put. Stay put to get that cognition point at the beginning of the next round. Alright. Love Enhanced Analytics. So let's phosphor blast this guy. Still a lot of health, actually. You have the good axe? You do. So you're pretty likely to get the kill. 2 of the 3 damage values are lethal. Oh, and we get to Mechadendrate him first. Alright, show me... critical. Nope, minimum damage. Oh, I didn't calculate in the value of his armor, it seems like. Okay, let's see. There's nothing I can do. Oh, nope, never mind. Oh, and he has the upgraded... Yep, definitely do that. Definitely go get me that cognition. And I think what we might do here is just scan all of the things in the hopes that this actually ends the mission. It's a lot of immortals, and we could maybe fight them all, but also, what if I didn't? What if I just didn't fight them all? There's some chance this guy survives. Is he next? Oh no, that guy's next. Okay, I don't actually care about that. So Minarius has a turn before any of the real enemies get to go anyway. I'm wondering whether it is reasonable for me to use my flamethrower to try to kill one or two of these containers, and then just have Minarius finish scanning everything. No, probably not. Let's just get all the scans. I'm curious, can I could back up a little bit and still hit this. I'm wondering if I could do this and get both of these. It's not actually showing a damage value. I'm going to assume that I wouldn't be able to destroy them. Yeah. Flamethrowers just might not work on these things. Okay. So now it has become a kill all enemies anyway. Well, worth a try. So you need to get to cover. This is probably fine. Oh, see, now it's showing damage values on them. But only in very specific circumstances. Because, like, I can do damage to this one, but I can't do damage to that one. Very strange. Alright, I'm gonna go to here, or maybe I should just, if I'm gonna spend a cognition point to move, maybe I should back way off. Because he does only have 10 health and no armor. I'm a little concerned I might die. Yeah, let's just back way off. Our brave servitor will absorb the damage, even a little more. Okay. These guys are still pretty far from being able to interact with us. Minarius could do something. Minarius can make something happen here. He can do 1 damage with his servo-skull. I'm wondering if damaging that guy with it might be a good idea. So I do have cognition freedom available. I could move to, like, here and try to blast both of those guys with a free shot from the eradication ray. Yeah. I like that. And then he'll have enough movement left to get back behind the wall, at least. He has more energy armor than anybody else does. Alright, cognition freedom. Eradication ray. Show me some crit. Okay, nothing lethal. Not a big surprise there. Man, I wish there was anything I could get a cognition point off of. I just need 1 more. Well, I probably ought to just hold on to it then. Servitors do 2 to 3 damage now that they're level 2. I'm trying to figure out, do I actually get a benefit from servo-skulling this guy down to 1 health? I think the answer is no. Also, I'm noticing that I was wrong and I do not have any movement left. So this is bad. You know, though, if anybody's going to get caught out in front of this many immortals, it should be Minarius. Yeah, he'll be okay. Alright, please tell me you get him for 2. Good. Oh, 5. Alright, that'll work. Okay, so we do have something now that we could get cognition off of. Also, I can take cognition off of the chests, so that's interesting. It's these 2 at the end of the turn. I could get aggressive. Hit pretty hard. Maybe I move to, like, right here, get the cognition off of the downed guy, and dendrite this thing. Alright, that's a huge amount of movement. Although it's less movement if I want to be able to use my flamethrower afterward. Like, maybe I just move to here and fire the flamethrower off and see what comes of it. If two of them go down, that's pretty powerful. And they've taken a lot of damage at this point. We don't know their stats, but... Really? Neither one of them. Jesus, that's a lot of armor. Okay. Well. I apparently can move 1,000,000 spaces in the backward direction or 1 space forward. Am I just not allowed onto this platform? I was kind of expecting to be able to run up here and melee them. That seems a little strange. Why would I not be allowed onto the platform? Well, does complicate matters somewhat. Because now he's just, like, exposed and in danger. Plan really was to be able to run forward and kill somebody. Alright, give me this guy's stats. How close is he? He's also extremely armored. But they're both going to get real low off the burn damage. This feels like a bug to me. I should be able to walk up here, right? I guess we fall back and hope that one of these archways is actually cover. Or I could run far enough back that I'm behind Menarius in the hopes that they will shoot at Menarius instead. Actually, I think that's probably the most likely thing to work. I don't think I'm actually going to get cover from this. I could run even further back, I suppose. Spend a point to get behind the servitor. That's not bad. Because they actually won't be able to hit me in that case. Yeah, let's go way back. Let's be as safe as possible here. Three damage, and then he's probably gonna take another 3. So that guy's dead to burn damage after his next turn. This guy gets 2 turns as well, so we didn't quite do enough damage. A good arc rifle shot could be real useful over here. Alright, we get that. He has a job. He knows what it is. Just run over there and threaten those guys. Yeah, and this is just broken and we're not allowed to walk across it, which is really crappy. Well, I guess pop that guy because there's no reason not to, and then just stand at the mouth of the bridge. He has taunted the consoles. Alright. So he still doesn't get a free cognition freedom. We can move to here, and that'll give us the ability to free fire a canticle. I think I want to do that. The question now is, do we set off everybody's machine spirits, or do we end up at 3 cognition points? I think I probably want the cognitions. This is going to fill us to 5, and then it's going to spend 2. Okay, Camera does always seem to be doing weird things. And then the question is, like, do I get any value out of moving him at all? Let's definitely do a bless. We gotta kill some enemies here if we can. And I don't know that him moving is valuable enough to spend any more cognition. Yeah, I can't really get anywhere valuable. I'm gonna stay right here so that I get another point off of this thing at the beginning of the next round. Pretty much all he is getting to do. Okay, so you are also a turn off of being able to use your cool stuff. We can move up here. We could maybe shoot one of these consoles to roll back the awakening meter. Maybe. It's not super clear when we are and are not allowed to do that. So Menarius is about to have a turn. Then one of the Immortals, then Jeremiah. Then the other 2. Well, I could get to right here and be able to fire off my flamethrower, which will kill this guy. Actually, it'll kill them both, right? Because he's blessed. It'll do 6 to 8. Yeah, okay. Let's do that. Let's actually put them both down. And put the guy with 10 health in front of the crew, because he's the healthiest. Because that's the situation we're in. Oh, I just barely can't catch that guy with the flames. Well, better to finish off these two. And then we can move in and offer this guy up as a sacrifice, basically, but I think the real play is he backs up so that the servitor is the one who's most likely to take damage. And then also, because I can, may as well charge up the machine spirit a little bit. So I can't hit this one with my axe no matter where I am. I could axe that one or that one. The rules are very inconsistent here. The question is, do I want to use the axe? Is it worth spending a cognition point to clear this thing? Maybe. Menarius is next. He's only going to need one, and he has a servo-skull available anyway. Yeah, alright. This is what I should have done in the first place. I forgot that was going to give us a cognition. Because he gets a cognition when he kills stuff. Alright, Menarius. Menarius is probably just going to pop this guy, so we don't have to worry about him getting back up. And then I have my rifle. My arc rifle. I think we just fire the arc rifle at this guy and then back off. Oh, the eradication rate only costs 3 cognition points for him. Interesting. Does he have plus range? Huh. He doesn't actually have an effect on him that says that stuff costs... Energia enhancers cost -1 cognition point to use. Maybe this is for some reason providing... I don't know. So 12 to 16 versus 4 to 13. The 4 to 13 one does save us a bunch of cognition for everybody else to use, but I think we gotta actually go for it here. Okay, that did a good amount of damage, non-lethal. I mean, not a surprise. You should probably heal yourself with the free healing claw and then just back up, I guess. No sense having you up front like that. So we suspect this guy will be dead soon. Jeremiah's not going to get him, but he'll be dead soon. I'm going to back off so that I can start threatening these guys back here. Right, Jeremiah could shoot him with the phosphor blast pistol. I don't hate that. Let's do a little bit of damage, at least see what his current deal is. Oh, his current deal is that we're really close to killing him, actually. Yeah, I probably shouldn't. I actually can't. I can't get over there and melee him. Never mind. Let's heal up. Oriokus, I guess? He's the one who needs it the most. We're recovering. Yeah, I think we're just leaving this guy to finish the job. Okay, so that's not a big deal. We get a cognition point off of that. Then we don't summon any new troops. I think the situation's under control enough that I don't need to. Good luck, little man. Brave, brave little man. I think I'm gonna armor him up. Oh no, these are both warriors. He might actually survive the attacks if he's armored. I thought one of these guys back here was an immortal. Okay, we're in actually a much better position than I thought we were in, even. Things are under control. Let's grab that, and then... Like, you honestly still can't really contribute, unfortunately. I'm going to move back to here. As these Necron warriors continue to close, I'll maybe be able to take a shot from over here. The eradication ray does have a pretty long range. But we're not going to be able to get it this turn. And then I'm going to servo-skull... something. So we're actually in a pretty good position now, cognition-wise. And I guess we can take a moment here to make sure all these things are destroyed. Alright, I'm going to shoot him with the phosphor blast pistol and hope for a crit. And if we don't get it... Okay, we got it. I was going to say if we don't get it, then I could use the flamethrower to actually make sure he's out. So this thing's here, and it's just not attackable. You're not allowed to attack that. I'll run over here and hit this thing with my axe, which I guess I will do. Oh, hold on. If we run, like... Okay, we can still get a cognition point from it before I hit it. It's weird how they're not all attackable. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Alright, there's not really a lot of reason for me to use this, so just hold on to it. And from here, we are going to have a completely full cognition gauge, so we can do an awful lot of running if I want Minarius to, like, really get up on these dudes. You know what, the first thing I want him to do is heal himself. Alright, then... I could run all the way up to here and still be able to use the eradication ray, and that'll give it full charge. I want to do this from a position where that guy has the worst possible shot on me. I think back here is going to be pretty tough for him to deal with. So then it'll be all charged up and it'll fire for free next round, so I think we should be good from there. Oh, I guess I could just take cover, too. Still have some movement. Alright, Jeremiah, there's not really a good reason for you to double move this turn. Alright, definitely don't need any of this. Get him, servitor! Alright, and then this thing is on cooldown. Yeah, there's nowhere over here where I'm going to be able to get the shot. I could maybe make a run for it. Yeah, with me having free cognition freedom, I could definitely hit this guy right now and prevent him from actually killing that servitor. So that we still have it available for next time. I'm just going to have to move one more time, I think. Activate this. So yeah, we're just a couple spaces short. There we go. Alright, well that was a much more like tactically satisfying battle. That was actually pretty pretty challenging. We had a lot of interesting decisions to make. A couple of weird bugs dampened the satisfaction a little bit. Alright, so I'm going for here. And I mean, we're still in a place now where, like, I think it's still right to explore the whole dungeon. Even more Necrons in battle. It reminds me of one of our fabricators for making replacement components. Maybe it's connected to the reanimation chamber? The Necrons certainly have a need for spare parts. A large machine with a reservoir of silvery liquid metal and large jaws for compressing the liquid into molds. Well, I do like booby trap the machine. We're gonna blow up the machine. The question is, do we blow it up now, or do we blow it up later with the booby trap? I like later. I like let's also destroy some Necrons later. A simple grenade trap is placed behind the machine. A short while afterward, explosions are heard from the machine's location, and Skitari reports severe damage and a scattering of Necron components, suggesting the trap worked admirably. The cohort takes comfort from the fact their cunning struck a blow against the unexpecting Necrons. It strikes me that blowing it up while we were still in there probably would have rewarded us with Blackstone, so maybe made the wrong option there. Made the wrong choice, rather. Alright, what do we got here? Boy. This one's new, huh? This one might be too. Let's try this one. This is like plugging into a female port, right? Okay, we have taken the initiative. Don't know that I think that's terribly valuable. Would have much rather had some healing or some Blackstone, but what are you going to do? The chamber ahead is hung with racks of mechanical limbs, evidently spares for repairing damaged Necron constructs on the fly. Quite apart from being a rather disconcerting sight, it could represent a rare opportunity to gather intelligence on the mechanisms and technology of the Necron warforms. Sure, but what if we blew it all up? Because we could just harvest the Blackstone. Nope, that is the opposite of what happened. Necrons will attack first in battle. Well, that'll show me for having initiative. The cohort tosses grenades into the chamber. The detonations shatter the spare limbs and the machinery presumably used to attach them. The din has surely alerted nearby Necrons. The cohort is emboldened by striking this blow against the Necrons' ability to fight on in the tomb. See, this line implies that we are getting some kind of positive result in addition to the awakening, but nope, it was just awakening and then more awakening. I wonder if those are the outcomes that are supposed to be attached to that. Well, let's see how far up we can push the awakening meter. I'm kind of curious at this point. Okay, all units healed for 2. Actually, pretty significant. Come on. It's an awfully long wait after you walk into the room before you're allowed to leave. Alright, these are both good. I don't remember what they are, though. This one is, shoot. This one's healing or cognition. I think that's... Nope, this one was cognition. They might have both been cognition. I was kind of hoping for Blackstone, but I also would have accepted a reduction in the awakening meter. Necrons reanimate instantly. Okay, that's cool. So they're gonna, I don't know that I've explicitly stated it, but it has happened a couple of times. When a Necron that has reanimated gets zeroed out again, it just immediately dies. There's no second reanimation chance. So that just means when we put them down, they're going to get back up with partial HP, and then we just got to put them back down. Honestly, they come back up with a small percentage of their HP, and this may not actually represent an additional attack. Like, we already had to attack them once to put them down after they were dropped the first time anyway. It looks like our initiative thing has overwhelmed the fact that the Necrons are supposed to be going first in battle, which is interesting. So there's an Immortal and the Destroyer and a Necron Warrior and the Destroyer. So we can probably avoid taking damage from the Destroyer by just being over here. Okay. Let's do some damage. This is the final battle. I feel comfortable taming the machine spirit immediately. Let's hurt some people. let us do some bodily harm. So, unfortunately, the way they're lined up, it's going to be hard to get actual good eradication shots off. We could eradication beam through this warrior into that immortal. I'm probably going to bless first, because we're going to want to get as much damage onto the immortal as possible. It still probably won't be enough to get a single shot kill. But you can't say I'm not trying. Okay, so instant reanimation. He's back up with some amount of health, although I suspect not enough health to actually, like, survive meaningfully. Let's potentially strip a point of armor from that guy, because I doubt the 1 damage is going to matter anywhere. Run over here. Crush this guy with the axe. Should be a pretty easy kill. And then we'll just go ahead and scan this so I don't have to worry about it later. Alright, that's a pretty alright turn. So what do I want to do with you? We could scan a point of cognition out of this thing. I could get the read on some of these immortals. Let's see how wounded that one actually is. Okay, he's at 8 health. And then I think I'd run to here and just be ready to smash this guy. And then I could go over Zealous, which will let me cast any of the canticles again. I'm going to hold off on that. I think what we're probably going to do with that is Machine Spirit again next turn. Alright, my analytics are so enhanced. Let's see, is there anywhere that I'm going to be able to... These guys are too far apart. I probably cannot get a multi-shot flamethrower hit. So I probably just run up on this dude and melee him real hard, or we could run over to this guy and melee him real hard. I actually like this a lot. Let's move to right here. This will let us drink both the cognition points out of that. And then we'll shoot him with the flamethrower from here. We'll figure out the rest of it later. No, I'll hit him with my axe. And then we'll kill him. Because the axe will strip the rest of the armor off of him. So let's pop the power field generator. Absolute certainty. Alright. I got you with this, even at minimum damage. You go down, you get back up. Then I think I probably can't hit the flamethrower shot on both of you. I'd have to be here to shoot it. Oh no, it does hit them both. Cool. It's a shame we don't quite get the whole deal on him, but I get to finish him off with this. Oh man, only maybe. I didn't do full damage. Well, let's try it. Come on, 3. Yes. Awesome. And then you're gonna be first. And that guy. I'm wondering if I maybe should just run over here, use the Necron warrior as cover, since the warrior won't move until after the immortal has. And I'm, obviously I'm not just using him for cover. I'm also getting my opportunity attack off. And I think the opportunity attack will recharge the axe, because the axe only has to be used once to charge up. We'll dendrite you, and then the question is, do I want to servo-skull myself a cognition point from this thing that we can probably grab easily anyway? No, I think I save it, right? Because he's the one who can suck all of the points out of a source. We'll just have him hit this next turn, in a situation where we need more cognition. So you get to fire a great big eradication ray. Okay, that put him down. So we're probably not going to do lethal damage with this. I mean, it's not impossible. But he's definitely close. Unfortunately, it looks like putting him down once... He went down and back up, but it cleared the burn. Well, maybe he's at 1? Nope, he was at 4. Ah, well. Time to run to cover! And then you may as well just, like, heal yourself a bunch. So that guy's done for next turn. That's not going to be a big problem. We're actually getting through this one pretty easily. The fact that I'm not afraid to spend canticles is helping, for sure. Also, being in such close quarters and having initiative is a big deal. Alright, well, I think we probably want to... Phosphor Blast? Okay, good. No physical armor. That's exactly what I was hoping to see. Do I need to use the flamethrower? I think I can probably save... Yeah, I can save the cognition. Let's just run up on him and hit him with the axe. So he has 12 health. We're going to hit for 8 to 10 here. And then he's not going to be able to take any actions at all without moving and provoking 2 opportunity attacks. And then I might save my distant prayers for after this coming enemy turn. Servo-skull is probably worth firing off at this guy. Let's just get his stats lit up so we know what we're dealing with. Nice to be able to make an informed decision. Okay. Not in cover, apparently. Not so good. Alright, so he's going to get back up, but is his turn over? If he's still executing the move, he's going to get an opportunity attack again, but non-lethally. Shoot. I kind of thought his turn would end. So we're actually going to lose a Tech Priest. Right, because this guy's getting 2 turns. I think he doesn't have range at the end of the first turn, but he will have it at the end of the second. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Narrow survival. Well, we'll just have to be really careful with him. I'm not sure, honestly, what would have happened if he had died. I assume that I can't lose my Tech Priest permanently. Alright, more Tomb Complex. Honestly, though, I'm feeling pretty okay here. I think we're going to be alright. So let's have the Vanguard drop over here. So we're actually going to need his multiple attacks, probably. And then I'm also going to put out the Ranger Alpha on this side. He can help us carve through some stuff. You know what? He might not be necessary. I'm going to put down a Servitor instead. Then we'll immediately gain a point of cognition. Servitor can just run over and harass that guy. Maybe lethally. But even if this doesn't kill him, we can ignore him now, because he'll die to the Servitor before he can do anything else. So that Necron Warrior gets a turn. He's not going to be able to do anything. Oof. Boy, they all get to go before... This is rough. This is rough for our poor new guy. I think he is still going to die. Alright, so you have to finish him off. He's at 3, so it's got to be with the axe. Hoping the Servitor will serve as a distraction against the Destroyer, because we don't really have a lot of other plays. This definitely has to happen, though. Actually, probably the 2 troops are going to provide enough of a wall for him. Not in terms of the enemy actually not being able to attack, but in terms of the enemy not choosing to attack. And then we can move to here. And this will give me enough cognition to cast Overzealous. We could refresh the machine spirits and all the weapons. I think that's probably worth doing. I can just move to here and cognition, freedom. Well, I actually don't want to do this, though, if I'm about to machine spirit, because that'll make the weapon free to fire. Yeah, let's do it. Taming the machine spirit. You can never have enough machine spirit attacks. The question is, how close do I have to get to be able to hit that guy? I can do it from right here. Awesome. Okay, that's one life off of him. This might be lethal. Come on, show me that drop. Awesome. Okay, he's gonna get back up, but we got the first life off of him. And then you have enough movement left to be able to run behind the wall. True bravery. Okay, so this guy's weak. A lot of them are weak. We can actually, we can make some good headway here. That was pretty awesome. The most badass servitor there ever was. Good work. He did some fine stuff there. Okay, please be non-lethal. Good enough. Alright. Let's figure this out. So this guy will be dead if we don't finish off the destroyer before his turn. I feel fairly confident of that. I can run over here and fire what probably will be a pretty good flamethrower shot. Yep, that's pretty alright. That's going to actually clear out both of these guys. He's in dire straits now. Let's see exactly how dire. Okay. So I could just run over here. I was planning to use his servo-skull to grab that, but we could just run over there and get it. It's like, move to here, melee this dude. Then move to here, grab the points, and then move back because my axe does lethal damage against him. Okay. And then this guy... Oh wow, his rifle has considerable range. Is he actually able to... He's able to hit from here. And his machine spirit is so active. Yeah, wow, look at that range. Oh, it has a cooldown. He can only do it every so often. Well, he should definitely do it now. Okay, pretty good start. We're actually almost out of this. And you have no movement left, so here's hoping you survive. Yeah, this is the last enemy. At least the last one we can see right now. Who knows if there will be more spawns. I kind of don't want to spend the machine spirit charge off of the eradication rate in case there is more, because we know the arc rifle will do the job. Yeah, I guess just wait right here. And you definitely want to heal. And we can pull the spawn meter down a little bit by just hitting this thing with the axe. Alright, awakening 6 instead of 7. So here's the thing. This guy has 4 health left. It's possible that we are about to just end the thing during his turn, but I'm a little worried that if we allow another new round to start, there might be more spawns. But if we end it right now, maybe not. I don't think we've ever seen a battle have literally no enemies around and then still go to a new round. So it might be the case that even if there are more planned spawns, you can end a battle by clearing out the enemies right away. I don't know. Such a prize! Category rare! I want it on my slab. Dissection equals imminent. Scaevola, you get excited about weird stuff. A Necron warrior lies in the chamber ahead, an unusual sight since they usually teleport away upon deactivation. It appears severely defective, with one arm withered as if by deformity, and half its ribcage and skull appearing partially melted. Could this be the result of a malfunction in the reanimation chamber? Perhaps the Necrons are not the inscrutable master of such technology after all. Well, I mean, traditionally we destroy the things with grenades. My suspicion is that attempting to extract it is going to result in a failure here. We blow it up. We always blow it up. The cohort utters a prayer of intolerance. That's not a good prayer to know. And blasts the fallen Necron into slag. They take the opportunity to offer up this act of righteous destruction to the Omnissiah, in the knowledge that this was the will of the Lord of Mars. The arcane machinery of the Resurrection Chamber proves highly susceptible to demolition techniques, as does everything else. Explosive charges shatter the delicate device, filling the chamber with flying shrapnel and shattered crystal. Whatever this machine really did, it will never do it again. Yeah, that was I liked that mission a lot better. The gameplay of it, the balance of it, felt a lot better. One of the Necrons' key advantages is the fact they seem to be able to replace their losses indefinitely. We have taken that away from them, Magus. My Skitarii will thank you if this takes some of the pressure off them. Destroying it was the only logical option. Fellow tech priests would have desired capturing and studying the location. My neurovaults are devoid of any regret at having disappointed them. Even if we could have captured it intact, would you have taken that risk? Throne knows what risks can come from tampering with such technology. You bring to mind the words of Lector Dogmatus Videx, Kepra. Well, that doesn't mean I'm wrong, though. It's an indication that you might be wrong. It's an indication of increased likelihood that you might be wrong. Alright, that was a big mission. There were some big costs, but we're also going to have earned a huge amount of Blackstone from battle. I do think it's kind of funny that it shows you your Blackstone count, like, at the end of the mission, and then you go to this screen and it pretends you haven't earned any of that yet, until all this stuff plays out. Alright, awakening at 51%. We've earned ourselves a big robot. I believe the Castellan robot is the giant robot. Also, we're earning canticles like crazy, but honestly, hard for me to imagine I want to switch out the ones we're using now. So, yep, we have earned the Castellan robot, which is amazing. It does, as I remember, it does cost a little bit to bring into the mission with you, but it has a flamethrower. It has the ability to really armor up. It has a pretty powerful melee attack, which means it has an opportunity attack. It's just generally very, very good. Alright. We are rich as hell. New guy. You get to finish upgrading. That is a good skill. Overcharged cognition. Then we're going to go over to Jeremiah and push Jeremiah a little bit more. First of all, we should probably get this. Make his generator free. That seems like a good idea. And then continue pushing down this way. We're not going to equip either of these things, so it doesn't really matter which one we grab. His upgrades are expensive. Cooldown of claws down, effectiveness of claws up. Certainly makes me feel like we should bring a claw. Okay, this is the best one we have access to. And then he has one more slot available. We could run another Mechadendrite. We could give him the Spotlight, or the little one, because we only have one slot left. That seems okay. I kind of want to just put another Mechadendrite on him. When he runs up to enemies, he gets to steal 3 cognition from them. Pretty good, considering he's the guy who runs up to enemies. We really blew through that Blackstone quickly, huh? So I have 2 headpieces unlocked. He's not wearing either of them. We could cut this Mechadendrite for one of those, I suppose. Hard to imagine I want to, though. And I definitely want the raw HP. I like the +1 physical damage. The damage numbers are low enough, or the damage and HP numbers are low enough in this game that 1 extra point of damage a couple times per battle really does add up. Which I think is another positive point in the balance of the game at this moment. So yeah, next time he upgrades, I guess we'll put a hat on, and then we don't actually have anything else for him to use until we find maybe like an upgraded version of the flamethrower or an even better axe or something. His development is really coming along. So obviously, we're done for today. This episode got super long. But real quick, the next Kepler mission awards us level 3 on our Skitarii Vanguard and a 5th Tech Priest. And it's probably going to be quite difficult, and that is exciting to me. So that's what we're doing. For now, though, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when we push ourselves as hard as we possibly can. And we'll see you then.